Team setting. Enter. Ready. On team selection, West Virginia Mountaineers.
One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome everyone to Morgantown, West Virginia, home to the West Virginia Mountaineers. As we'll see, the number 22 team in the country, the Kansas Jayhawks, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the West Virginia Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field.
Normal.
The Mountaineers will put total leather and we'll get started.
What, Joe?
He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11.
Options inside zone is selected.
From the gun, the running back has it. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big Ten too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big Ten. It's got to make a statement to them.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. Fires to the wideout. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The Jayhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Henderson.
Entering
and he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Running back searching for a hole. And you want to talk about game tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Trips Y over, empty quadstrio.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Skips away from pressure. Unloads to the wideout. He's got him wide open. Touchdown, Kansas. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
And these slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast, and you can tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
And he made the extra point without problem. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for more running room, and none to be found as he stopped at the 23.
There are 7 categories. You have 15 options. Tampa Q is selected.
Making side adjustments here. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Mountaineers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
7 categories.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Fires to the big fella. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Henderson. On the move to his left. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
That's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
The Mountaineers are on the move. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Vaughn. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Mountaineers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Might be calling a hot route. Back to pass. Under fire. Pulls it in. It's Singleton. They make the stop, but the sweet pulling catch is plenty to give him a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense.
Intercepted deep in his own end. Takes it the other way. Pass to 50. The 30. The 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, right chunk, Jayhawks.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. They're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
He'll return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Categories. You have 9 options. Cover 1 SS blitz is selected.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. takes the handoff. It's White. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. The Mountaineers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Well, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield, it's Henderson. Moving away from pressure. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then a good clean stick on him. That's two things he has to think about on one play.
He throws one to the left. Makes a grab on the shot. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second.
Overwalk, there are 6 categories. You have 9 options.
Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down.
Give cushion.
The give to the back. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. And the Mountaineers come to the line in the hurry up. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Finds his tight end. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a fourth and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the fourth down.
On fourth down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Quarterback may change this route. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on fourth down.
You have 4 options. Quick slot out is selected.
Dropping back, it's Daniels. Here's a heat. Looking down the left side. Wide open. He makes the catch.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season. And, man, you know he's looking for more.
That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work first and 10. And the defense played that one beautifully, and they'll knock it down for a loss.
Nice job by this defense staying home, not getting fooled. When the ball goes away from me, I don't just chase blindly across the field. They see the reverse, and I love the speed, the close, and the tackle.
There he goes. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
Running backs are wide receivers. They do such a great job nowadays out of the backfield. All you got to do, dump it to him. Get it to him quick, and he'll make the rest happen with his running back skills. But they do so much work with wide receivers in practice that...
Touchdown, Rock Chalk! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all 3 phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the first half.
Kick is selected. Normal.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
There are 7 categories. You have 15 options. Temperature is selected.
West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. Bringing the heat. They get to him as he throws. This time he's got his man out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
That's why you got to study your playbook. For all young quarterbacks out there watching, you're not always going to be able to throw it to the intended target. You've got to know where your check down options are because you're going to get hit at some point. You've got to be able to get rid of it. Nice job understanding the playbook.
To the air, it's Henderson. Quarterback now breaking the field. Got his man all by himself. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. The Mountaineers want to move quickly.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Just like that, a hat-trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm. This defense better change something quickly because this has been way too easy.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling that catch.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air on 2nd down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Mountaineers. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Leaves it with the back. Good job running tough and behind his hands as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They go to the draw. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. And he picks up the 1st down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. And the Jayhawks have it with a 1st and 10. QB draw. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Daniels. Under fire. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, looking to throw it beyond the sticks. He'll get rid of it. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Jayhawks line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back.
And split pair of 7 categories. You have 9 options. Cover 1 SS splits is selected.
They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on first down. On a little time, lets it go. Makes the catch. It's White. Oh, he's got some space. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38. These guys are on move. Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's White. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with 2nd and short.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
To the air, it's Henderson. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, West Virginia.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return.
Ohio, there are 5 categories. You have 4 options with sought out.
Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Dumps it to the back. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of put them out of rhythm.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. And the Jayhawks in the hurry-up. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. Wants to fire on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Williams. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. To the air on first down. Fires to the middle. It's caught downfield. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. Looking to pass, it's Daniels. Unloads to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to?
Meeting. Entering paused screen. Entering cancel pop-up. Entering
catch for the first down.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Got rid of it just in time.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting it because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Working that left side now. And he'll run it into the end zone.
Entering play
Touchdown,
call. Which
Jayhawks.
suggestions? There are 8 categories.
Man, what
You have
great
15
offensive
options.
execution. You
Advantage
talk about
selected.
addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out.
Entering play. Big Nickel. 4 dots. 3G. You have 3 options.
Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. The give to the tailback. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Entering play call formation.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Entering play call, college error, normal.
The Jayhawks will line up to kick off and start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Pocket breaking down. A strike downfield. Breaks into the open. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking for a man. It's Henderson. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Got him, and nobody's close. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Mountaineers! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby!
And they cap off the drive with a touchdown, throwing the football. In the last play, they got the explosive. They get right back to the line of scrimmage and dial up another one. Great work by the quarterback and his target being on the same page. These last 2 plays, throwing the football, man, it doesn't get any better than that.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Buffalo is just crushing it out there right now. Almost reminds me of Bills Mafia at a tailgate. They're on 14 over Troy. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half.
Entering paused screen, you have 9 options. Resume is selected. Entering play call, Portland. There are 12 categories. You have 6 options. Wheelies is selected.
Looking to throw on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left. He's trying to scramble around, find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
The hand to the running back. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Third down coming, in the Morgantown faithful making it tough on this big play. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Starting to feel a little pressure. Fires on the move. The play, it's intercepted. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Here's the pressure. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Running wide open down the gut of the field. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. The give on the inside. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Scrambling away. Turning it on. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Kansas. And they take it in for 6
Entering
more
play
points.
call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options.
Quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback.
You have 9 options. Cover 1 SS blitz is selected.
West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
To the air, it's Henderson. Rushes on him. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He wants to change this route. 2nd down, he'll throw it. That pass is incomplete.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender, this game guy. That's already his 2nd PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
3 double cloud.
Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressures the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Enter Ohio. There are 5 categories. You have 4 options.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Catch in the middle. It's Pickett. Continues to fight for yards. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got two-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You're going to stop the run game. You better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Makes the grab. It's Pickett. At the 35, he's open. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, Archer Jayhawk. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options.
Precision, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He'll bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone.
You have 15 options. Temperature is selected.
West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Got it in the middle. It's Singleton. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
You have 15 options.
That's just what this offense needed. The quarterback already has a couple turnovers, throwing the ball to the other team. This ball, 50-50 ball, somebody needed to make a play to spark this offense, and the receiver does it. Nice catch, nice job after the catch, and this offense has some momentum now.
Unloads it left. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to pass, it's Henderson. And they won't make the connection, going for the big play.
46.
I think it's really hard as a quarterback to know when to put touch on the ball and when to throw that thing as hard as you possibly can. And right there, I don't think he needed to throw it that hard. I think he could have softened that up a little bit because he had a chance to hit the guy deep for a big play.
They'll move the wide receiver. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Mountaineers. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
Entering play formation.
And it's so underrated. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one.
You have 12 options. Nicole is selected. Entering play formation. There are 6 categories. There are 5 subcategories. Options set to 3, 15 plays. You have 12 options.
And the extra point is good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts that they will take the penalty.
Colorado is selected.
He'll start this drive firing. Looking to take a shot. Incomplete and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. Man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, and try to sneak in a big play.
Well, on that third down play, I think the quarterback's got to do a little bit of better job really selling the pass. I think he kind of hurried it up too fast.
He fakes it. He's going to throw it. Pressure coming. And the pass is incomplete, and the fake punt is a wash. They managed to get the throw off, but couldn't get the completion. You always wonder, why not just leave the offense out there and run a pass play? He might want another play. Looking to throw, it's Henderson. Oh, they're after him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He's going to fire to the left. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. And the Mountaineers want to pick up the tempo. Looking downfield on first down. Looking down the middle. It's complete. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the set. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll go to the air. Back's got it. Touchdown, West Virginia. And here they come, almost all the way back.
Entering plate
This
formation.
dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting. Had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
Entering.
And the extra point was good. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. From inside the 15, here comes the return. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after three.
Entering plate
Here
ball,
comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W.
There are 26 categories. You have duo slot open.
They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Scanning the field, it's Daniels. Finds a little space.
You see a lot of offensive.
Entering paused screen, you have 10 options. Resume is selected. Entering
The football game with a lead, get conservative. I like they did. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He'll pull it on the read. He gets the job done, picking up the first down and getting down.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. Third down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. he had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he was able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving, keep the sticks rolling.
And if you'd have told this defense that they stuffed this great running back today, they'd have taken it. They'd have been happy. But the offense has still put up production, and they're still in the lead, trying to find a way to finish this one.
And the spin move was sweet and athletic, but not necessarily that productive.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
You can feel the Mountaineer spirit rising, reverberating across the field on this big third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, what a play by the defense there. Trailing here in the fourth quarter by one possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. They'll try the run. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain. No harm, no foul.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Might be changing the route. Back to throw, it's Henderson. Moving out of the pocket. Oh, big fella almost had a pick right there. Instead, it falls incomplete.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Using his legs to buy some time. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Now from inside the red zone. The throw. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The give from the gun. Powers through the defender. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, missed the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He has kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1.
Engage 8.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Hand off to the fullback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And the offense, they're just trying to be physical. They're trying to run this ball in down close to the goal line. The defense, though, they are having none of it.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline.
Give cushion.
To the air, it's Henderson. Touchdown, Mountaineers! Fired in from the red zone for the score. Extra point here will tie the game.
One of the areas they really focus focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get, just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. They'll go to the ground.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
It's the plays like that that are going to end up defining and deciding this game, right? It's tight. Tie game, fourth quarter. Someone is going to step up and make a game-changing play, and the defender did right there.
And they will open this drive right on the doorstep with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And down here near the goal line, you got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
This really has been a master class by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal.
Give cushion.
Go straight ahead. Touchdown, Mountaineers. They move on top. Here's the ball.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense, because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down, they kept chopping wood, they found a rhythm, and in this 4th quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Daniels. Here comes the heat. Makes the catch down the right side. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Inside zone.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Oh, he's got some space. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7.
Man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out-route connection. Nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th. He wants it all. Touchdown, rock jump. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Entering play
really nice touchdown. Now it's decision time. Extra point will get you to OT. Do you try to win it right now with a 2-point play?
Big point after here, looking for the tie late.
Enter.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. South Carolina was relentless today in a road win.
And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. Maybe some nerves on that return, but a fortunate bounce, and they'll retain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. And the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Entering.
Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The offense changing the play. Now improvising. Now looking to throw back to the middle. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Back to throw, it's Henderson. Now he's going to break the pocket. He looking for a deep man. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is.
Ohio, error, slot out.
This offense has it with really good field position. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
It's a draw. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Wide open downfield. Picks up enough to get the 1st and 10 from the 11.
Inside zone, there are 11
when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw.
Entering concept.
Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left.
RPO red. RPO key. RPO alert. RPO red. RPO key. RPO alert.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Entering play hike.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Draw play, quarterback keeps it. Get the touchdown, get the first down, or just get down.
There are
And
8
the quarterback
categories.
does.
You have 15 options. Field goal 28 yards is selected.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Nerves of steel. Right down the boulevard on the game-winning chip shot. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call, and the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memories.
I agree, Reese. I think back to my career at Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played today.
Did you lose more of those or win more of those? I'm just asking for a friend. Tennessee, what happened? Hey, yeah, it's big-time clutch, right? These are the ones that define your seasons, define your careers, and the ones you never forget, those heartbreakers that come down to the last play.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese.
Entering weekly advanced summary screen. Entering Dynasty Hub screen actions.